Damn. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the podcast, What's the Odds with Steve Renazizi. Thank you for joining us. It's October 29th, 2021. Happy birthday to my sister. My sister's birthday today. So she doesn't listen to this, but her husband does once in a while. So maybe she definitely doesn't listen to this. I honestly didn't even think I was going to be able to host my own podcast this week because our Patreon members got invited last minute. Sorry about the last minute. We did a Patreon watch along with last night's game, the Thursday night matchup between A-Rod and fucking Kyler Murray. And it was a really low scoring game first half. So I told Brenton, because he took the over, that if they covered the over, that I would let him completely host the podcast, talk about whatever the fuck he wants to. Boris with fucking Buffalo Sabres news for an hour, and probably someone would kill themselves listening to our podcast, but I was going to let him do it, but we came close. I thought I lost. I thought it was 50 points, but what was the end of the final score?
45 total points last night.
5 total points. So yeah, I get to still talk about what I want to talk about, which is, everything I want to talk about the Chicago Blackhawks being a fucking, what's going on over there, the ramifications. Do you see what the Athletic article that came out about Peyton Manning, how he used to get his backup quarterbacks? We'll talk about that, what he used to get them to do. The World Series Matrix Mac is back in our fucking lives again. This guy is like COVID. He will not go away. Apparently now he's wagered the biggest wager in the history.
He would get the biggest payout in sports history if the Astros win. So yet another reason to cheer against the Astros.
God, I hope Atlanta. I mean, they keep injury after injury. Tonight's game is in Atlanta. They got to take 2 out of 3 at home. Otherwise, we'll see. And it's supposed to rain. We'll get into that. But we came 1.5 points away from 2 weeks in a row. It would have been 2 straight bets. We won the last one and 1.5 points away from a 5-team parlay this week. How the fuck can the New Orleans Saints not cover against goddamn backup quarterback? What's this guy's name? He was in Belle Biv DeVoe.
Geno Smith.
Geno Smith, yeah.
Look,
Geno
again,
Smith
this is
was
the
in Belle Biv
issue.
DeVoe,
But Steve, this is the issue of doing the bets earlier in the week. We didn't know the weather. What was it known as, a bomb cyclone?
Yeah,
that hit the Pacific. I mean, the weather affected the passing game, and they just don't seem to want Jameis to throw the ball anymore. Everything's 5 yards, and that's it. So that slowed the game down, and obviously the weather affected a lot of stuff, and they should have won by more.
They definitely
it just sucks. And they had a chance at the end there. The Seahawks jumped off sides on the field goal attempt, and they got the first down, and they could have scored a touchdown, but then they did nothing for 3 plays and basically fucked us hard.
But I mean, the fact that we're getting real good at this, guys. By the way, I don't want to. This is my podcast. I will say, but I am 6-0 this whole season. 7-0 now. No, I haven't picked this week yet. Yes, 6-0.
7-0. It's week 8.
I'm 7-0.
There you go.
No weeks off except for the ones I forget in my own mind.
So please start doing your own side bets and make some fucking money for yourself.
And I told you that the first time I put $1 on my own thoughts, I will never, ever, I'll become you. I'll become a living mush.
Well, 2 things to that. 1, I had a 9-team parlay that hit already this season. And 2, I had another one this last week. I had a $12,900 payout that I missed because the Patriots and the Jets decided to play football and scored the over. I took the under, and I don't know how, even without Zach Wilson, the Patriots can't stop the Jets offense. And I don't know how the Jets can let Mac Jones score 40 plus on them.
I mean,
so I'm also getting good at this. We're going to win Lucas a lot more money. I feel good about this week. There's some really good matchups on the slate, so it's going to be a big one.
I've already looked at it. I don't look at. I go with my gut, dude. I'm 7-0 because I know what I know. Okay, it's very easy to point out 1 or 2 weaknesses. That's all you need. 1 or 2 fucking. What are these guys thinking weaknesses? And I find them every week. This week I thought I was actually going to lose, and I still won. once I started to doubt myself is when I started to win.
Lucas,
That's the point.
sidebar. Since he's bragging, there's a 0% chance that his pick hits this week.
Oh, I wish you had not.
0%. You are so now you're getting a big head, and once you get a big head gambling, you're gonna blow it.
No,
Like me and Lucas are gonna hit everything, and you're gonna be the
Wrong.
one that blows it.
Wrong. Here's why. Big head means I'm making myself look at all this fucking money I'm making. I'm losing money every week by giving you the information because I could keep it in my mind and just bet on it myself and never let the thoughts out. And then that might be able to manifest. Maybe that's the way to do it. But once I start to blab my fat mouth about it, then I know I can't go and do it because I'm going to mush it. I know I will. So my point is I'm a giver, dude. I'm giving the information away for free rather than capitalizing it on my own. I'm like the what's his name in The Big Short. I'm like
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale. That's right. I will make a little money myself, but I need everyone to know that this system is corrupt.
Didn't he profit like 9 figures?
Many figures, yes. But my profit is in social. But I will tell you this: could be my luck's turning around. Guys, I'm going to tell you something. It's going to sound weird, but I want you to hear me out. And at some point, I might actually leave for a second to go actually get the physical letter. I got a letter in the mail forwarded to my new address from my old address. Very cryptic sort of return address. Couldn't figure it out. Opened it up. It's a form letter from a company in Canada, right? It says my name, my address, right? It says, congratulations, you've won a lottery. There's a lottery.
Whoa.
Essentially, yes. So you've won it was like something like $8,000 a month for life. Or a lump sum of $3,000 or no, $300,000. So because we found this out, basically the letter goes on like, because here's your ticket number, like a claim, right? Looks pretty official. And then inside they go, here is your first check. And it's a fucking check. It is, and I'm telling you, what was that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio where he forged those checks?
Catch Me If You Can.
Yes, Catch Me If You Can. I'm looking at this thing like fucking DiCaprio in that movie, and I'm looking, and it's got a raised seal, right? So that you could feel it, like it feels different. It feels on the back. It has an endorsement thing and everything. So I'm like, what the fuck? Now it says like on this letter, call this guy if you have any information. His name is like Bill Brock, some fucking very generic name, right? It's got a Canadian phone number. If you have any questions, he knows about your case. I have a case number and a ticket number, right? Last night I showed Tracy this. She goes, this is the most ridiculous. She almost ripped it up. I go, don't you dare rip up that check. So I call this Bill Brock, right?
Yes.
And a man, and I don't want to get in trouble here, but a man that does not sound like his name would be Bill Brock answered the phone. Okay. Heavy accent from a country that I have not visited. Very warm weather, probably African country that I'm not familiar with. I don't know, and heavy accent. I go, hello. He goes, who's this? I go, my name's Steve. Who's this? He goes, my name's Bill Brock. And he goes on to tell me, and my wife immediately goes, hang up. She hears his voice. She goes, hang up. They have all your information. They have it all. You're done. They already have it all. And now again, I am very weird because I've been through this before with the Instagram shit where I thought something was completely legit. But I'm staring at this check, Brendan and Lucas. I'm staring at it and I'm saying to myself, this thing looks, it is so fucking legitimate. Now I have not.
Steve, can I stop you? The first thing you said was raised seal. Checks don't have raised seals.
It's got a seal on it.
Now, if it's raised and you feel it, it's not real. That's like someone putting a sticker on your check. It's just a very fancy, professional looking sticker.
I want to get the paperwork, but first, so by the way, because my wife doesn't even know. So today, I'm driving around. I'm running some errands. I got to go see my mom because my mom got locked out of her fucking account again. Every week, my mom gets locked out.
Your family is a mess when it comes to your security, your personal security.
We're not meant to do for this world. We are meant to, like this. Thank God for medicine, because this whole virus should have wiped our whole family out. But anyway, here's the point. I was running errands. I didn't have a chance to go to the bank, but I did. I wanted to call this guy again. So I called him. My wife doesn't even know I did this. I called Bill Brock back, right? And he went through the whole thing. He goes, I'm not even going to ask you for any information. I know you think, he goes, I'm not asking you for any personal information. He goes, the check that you have there, am I correct that it's void now because it says void after 90 days and it was issued July 22nd, which was about a week. It's a week out. We're the 29th now. So it's after 90 days, 97 days. So I said, yeah, he goes, so your check is voided. I go, okay. And so he says, I go, well, I go, if I brought this check to the bank, this check, he goes, yes, it would cash. It's a check. And so I go, I understand, but I'm like, I feel like this is a fraud thing where you're now going to suck all my money out. You're going to like reverse suck me. Like I'm going to put this check into my bank account and next thing you know, you're going to have access and you're going to pull all my money out. And he's like, I have nothing for, he's like, we take fees. You see the fees now on the paper that they wrote me. It says like they're taking 25% of this award this lottery that I won. So they're like, we're making money on it anyway. You didn't know about it. So we told you. Here's your end of the money. And so I'm trying to Google this lottery. He can't really tell me any more about the lottery. I asked him for a website. He says our website is down due to fraud. I go, that's not a good sign for you right there, dude. That doesn't bode well for your case. But so he goes, look, give me your address. I go, all right. So I'm like, I will give you my post office box for my new address, right? I go, send it there. He goes, great. He goes, by the way, you'll get an extra, it'll be $16,000. This check that they wrote me was like $13,000. He goes, it'll be for 16 because that'll be your next payment. It's not going to come for another 7 days. So I go, okay. So he goes, when you get it, he goes, just, you'll get the same letter. Just call me and then, put it in the bank. I go, why do I have to call you? What if I just put it in the bank? He's like, well, I won't know that it's you and you got it. I'll just, I have to know that it's you that's the money's going to, that it's not like someone else just found this check. And I was like, I'm like, I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm like, send me the check. I might hold on to it. I might hold on to a couple of them. I might put one in. I might not call you. I might call you. I go, none of this should matter. If all of this is perfectly legit. And then as soon as I said legit, he goes, what do you think? I'm not legit? And I was like, no, I don't. I go, no one's ever called me and just offered me money like this before. I'm like, what do you think I am? Bretton Biddlecombe? No one just offers me a beautiful opportunity to make $1 million. That's not my life.
You didn't actually give him my name though, right?
No, but I
okay, good, because this is a fraud. You didn't sign up for anything.
Dude,
you didn't enter anything. This is not real. But I will suggest when you get the check, take it to a check cashing place. Don't go to your bank.
Why?
Because then it won't be tied to your account.
Oh,
if it is a real check and you can get cash for it, take it to a check cashing place.
Oh my God. I feel
why get your bank involved?
I know, but here's why. I feel like my bank will be like, this is not legitimate. You're getting yourself into an issue. Whereas a check cashing place will just be like, we're taking our 10%. We don't care. 10% of $16,000 is what is it? $1,600. They're going to take that, which I don't give a fuck about. Take your money. But now I'm like, now what if this is a money laundering thing? And now all of a sudden I am now tied into it and Western Union didn't fucking look out for me. I feel like my bank would look out for me. Or am I wrong about this?
I feel like this is all not real. And this could get very interesting.
Brendan,
this is like the start of a Netflix series and you get murdered at the end, Steve.
I'm telling you right now that this check is so legit and so real.
It's not. Seals aren't raised. You can't feel them on a check.
It's like it's got like a gold bird on it. And the bird is gold. It's like gold leafing. So it's like and it says on the top, it's like it has a gold leafing. If it's not, it's a photocopy. Don't cash it. I'm telling you right now, dude. This thing looks pretty fucking legit.
Okay.
So I may have won the fucking lottery.
But you didn't enter.
I don't know how I asked him. He goes, when you use your credit card for shit, he goes, it just entered into stuff all the time.
In Canada? No.
No, they're the company that found it.
No.
I'm going to get this letter. Hold on. I'll be right back.
No.
Yes, I'm going to get it. Just keep talking for 30 seconds while I'm going.
Oh my God.
It's
This
a
guy's
great
an idiot.
idea.
He's an idiot.
No, I'm not.
You're an idiot.
You don't even need the money, Steve.
Seriously. He's gonna lose his house. He's gonna go to jail. He's getting involved with some like mafia group that's gonna take all of his info. They're gonna pin him for whatever laundering crime they've committed. You don't win the lottery without entering.
Look at this shit right now. All right. All right, I'm trying to. So without showing any sort
It's a
of.
nice mustache ride shirt, by the way.
So like, this is what we're talking about, like, kind of cryptic sort of.
Okay, they spelled your name right.
They did.
That's hard enough to do.
So the return is sent. Now, here's the official letter. Right?
Wait, what? So you said that was originally sent to your old address, right?
Date, May 28th, right? To my address and everything, right? It's got this claim number, all this stuff, all this official stuff. And so I'm looking at this and I'm saying to myself, holy shit. Like, and literally it says right here, congratulations. Principal Holdings Lottery would like to extend its warmest congratulations and best wishes. As one of the 5 North Americans to be selected as an official prize winner, you have been approved for cash for life prize totaling $900,000 US currency to be distributed $3,000 monthly installments after fees have been paid. Your name, my name, randomly chosen based on an app purchase entry from one of our participating North American grocery stores or gas stations. A ticket number was assigned to each purchase from a pool of 2 million entries, and yours was one of 5 selected. Please note that your entire winnings are not yet accessible. An advance check has been included to cover the initial fees with your claim. In the event that 90 days has passed and you failed to contact us, this check will be canceled and your account will be temporarily frozen. Our accounts delivery department has assigned you a third-party representative to delegate your claim. Now, that's where this guy comes in. Fucking, what I call his name? Bill Brock? Yeah.
Bill Brock.
Not that, but that's what it is. Bill Brock's been informed. He can contact him. The name of the company is Principal Holdings Lottery. Would again like to congratulate you. And then it's got like all this sort of fees over here where it's like, oh, we're taking this out, we're taking that out, blah, blah, blah. And then the piece de resistance. Dude, hold on. Dude, look at the legitimacy of this fucking check. Now, this right here is what I'm talking about. Can you see that shit, bro?
Was that like a sideways California? Is that California after what is that?
It's a bird.
Oh, that's a bird. I'm sorry. I thought it was a shape of the state of California.
Yeah, dude.
That check looks so fucking fake. I am
It does not. Look at the back. Endorsements.
That's not what checks look like on the back.
It's got a real date on it.
Question: can you take it to the bank and ask them to like
vet it? Can you vet this for me? Can you tell me if this is legitimate? That's what I'm asking. That's what I'm looking for.
I'm on the Department of Justice archives page. This is from July 16th, 2012.
Okay.
The pitch is simple. You receive a call from a foreign lottery announcing that you've won money, a car, and other prizes. The caller tells you you've entered a contest, blah, blah, blah. You have won, but you must pay taxes, insurance, and other upfront fees in order to get your prize in the U.S. Despite several payments totaling thousands of dollars, you never received the prizes promised to you. Steve, this is a fraud. If you have to pay, you didn't win.
I will never pay anything, but they are giving me right now $16,000.
Fuck yeah.
What if I just take that and then I never do anything ever again? What if we take that money? Let me tell you something.
Put on Bill Super Bowl.
Here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. If this check comes and I cash it and it actually is legit and I'm getting that fucking money, that's our fucking gambling money every single week. We're going to throw this shit up there. We're going to make Lucas not like, we're making him a lifestyle. He will be an influencer with the amount of money we're about to win this guy.
There's nothing populating for Principal Holdings Lottery.
That's what I'm talking about. Legitimate
It's-
companies on the down low don't have websites.
That is the opposite of what it is. No, they do have websites. Legitimate companies do have websites.
Let me tell you something. I very early on in my career, the first year I moved, it was 20 years ago this year, 2001. I moved to Los Angeles and I got into, like I didn't have any money. Like I had no money. Like Tracy was making money and I really wasn't making money. And we wanted to, like, we moved there at the end of October, but we wanted to go home for Christmas. I had no money to buy a fucking plane ticket. So this was the early days of like Craigslist. I'm looking for jobs, right? And it said limo drivers. I was like, fuck yeah, my dad owns a limousine service. I can do that. No problem. I'll make my fucking Christmas money. Call it up. The guy's like, great, you got experience, blah, blah, blah. He goes, can you meet me for a road test? I go, sure. Gives me the date, right? No problem. The date comes. I'm about to leave. He goes, calls me at my house. This is still house. We have like barely have cell phones. He goes, hey, I got jammed up with gas. Can you bring $200 for me? I go, yeah, no problem. Whatever. He's like, I just don't have money to cash. I was like, I'll just bring it and you can give it to me. Okay. And then he goes, better yet, he goes, why don't you wire it so I can pay this guy now? And I was like, all right, and I'll just meet you there. He's like, okay, yeah. And I wired this guy $200, right? And then when I got there, there was obviously nobody was there. And I was in my suit with my resume. I don't think I've told this story yet. This is real.
And
sad.
here we are, how many years later, and you haven't learned a fucking thing.
Is this my 20? So what I'm saying, and let me tell you, when I told Tracy about this, she really, I don't know why she ever stayed with me after that. Honestly, I'm like, I'm just doing the right thing by someone here. Like, I'm like, I know how these guys, I know how this industry, like they're it's not the best people in the world. So they just have to do the best they can. So I thought it was a legit situation. I'm a fucking idiot. And so, but look, 20 years later, 20 seasoned years later, I feel like this right here is a real, this could be something special.
Well, I hope so. For your sake, I'd say lifestyle changing amount of money for life. So I hope it's real, but I am telling you it is not. And what are you doing? And you're an idiot.
What's the worst that can happen right now?
You lose everything.
How?
Steve, I'm proud of you, man. Unlike Brenton, I think it's a great thing.
Yeah, maybe you are one of the 5 luckiest North Americans who went to grocery store or gas station on our approved list of grocery store or gas station.
Let me tell you something right now. If
using an app purchase, when was the last time you used an app to make a purchase? So do you use an app to make your purchases at your grocery store or gas station?
Yes, I use cards.
That's not an app. That's a card. The letter says app.
I don't think it said app. Hold on. I want to look at it again, Brenton. Don't you dare put words in this letter's mouth.
Did he not say app, Lucas?
I heard app.
Warmest, 5 North America. You have been, okay. Your name was randomly chosen based on an at purchase entry from one of our participating North American grocery stores or gas stations. At purchase means like
at with a T or at app with a P.
Now here's the deal. The truth of the matter is, this is definitely at with a T, man.
Okay, then enunciate your word because we both app.
At like cat sounds like cat.
Okay.
Sounds like I'm the fucking winner of the lottery, and you're just a jealous cunt who can't deal with it. Why?
You don't win the lottery by buying
that
stuff that's not a ticket. That's not a lottery.
I won the lottery, and I guarantee you, this could be the first time in my life that my wife going to every single fucking store that She leaves during the day. She goes to 15 stores. She has to buy a little something in every one of them. This may have paid off this time. I may be in the money because of this. This is awesome. This is the best thing that's happened to me in a while. And I'm glad at least one of you is embracing it, Lucas, right?
You're damn right. Someone sends you fucking.
I'm trying to protect you, Steve. Okay, there's a recurring pattern here where you're getting fucked over because you get excited and you just start throwing out your social security number and your passwords and you're like, let's see what happens.
I didn't give out
any. You have a family.
I will
Steve,
never. I learned my lesson. I learned my lesson.
You have a new mortgage. You have a family.
I learned my lesson.
I will say, I remember a time when Brent Biddlecombe won $1 million at your house and he was unsure that it was real. And we were all like, you know what? I think it is. We're all supportive.
No, I was not. I remember that. I was not supportive. I was very anti. I'm very much the way Brenton is right now. And look at that. Look how that turned out.
Yeah. Touche. But I also didn't have to call a Bill Brock in some foreign land,
dude, you were
to figure out my situation.
Don't even tell me you were big. You were on my wife's computer like a little boy on his first day of school trying to do all his homework, Googling all this. I saw you like, I need a LAN computer. You didn't even trust my fucking phone.
But have you?
I need a motherboard and a fucking screen to look at.
Now I don't know if we are. Did you Google the name Bill Brock?
No, I didn't. That's not his real name.
Okay, because Bill Brock was he was a American Republican politician who served in the U.S. Congress from 63 to 77.
The real name is
that's
John
how you know
Cook.
This is real.
John Cook is the real name.
That sounds just as made up, though.
I know. That's why I know. That's why Bill Brock was so easy. But look, John Cook does not sound like a Wisconsin man with a wife and 2 kids, and a John Cook. He sounds like he might be up to some shady shit. And it seems like, and I don't, again, my job is to just judge people very quickly, but it seems like his motive would be more along the lines of taking money from gullible people than it would be to let people know that they are, in fact, winners of a huge amount of money. That, like, if this company takes the money, and then they just give me like the white meat, they take their fees. Why wouldn't they just take all the fucking money and never even tell me? Like, wouldn't that be more of like a smarter idea?
Now you're asking the right question.
Right, Brenton?
Yeah.
Or is the Canadian government so on top of it up there that they're monitoring these companies and they know they have to do the right thing? Otherwise, they'll spend the rest of their lives in jail.
Steve, how do they monitor these companies if the companies, 1, aren't located in Canada, and 2, have no way to track or trace them?
Look, I'm out of my depth here, okay? I really don't know how to handle I'm looking for help. I
think you need to walk into your bank and you need to shout as loud as possible to everyone in there. I am not here to commit a crime. I just want you to look at this shady ass check and tell me if this is real. Otherwise, we will tear it up. I do not want to go to jail. You need to make a scene. You need to let people know you're an innocent man. You're just a moron.
Even though I couldn't cash this check because it is technically voided after 90 days, and it's been after 90 days.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I want to be like, hey, if I just put this check in without saying anything, would you guys accept it? And would I be then committing a felony at that point? That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know. And then I can make my own decision based on that. But I just need all the information. Look, that's what I'm saying, dude. Maybe our luck ran out this weekend 1.5 points. Maybe it changed for me. Maybe I just got my Willy Wonka's golden ticket. You never know. But either way, it's gonna definitely benefit all of us when I get all this fucking cash. Yeah, we're going.
And then you can mattress mac your way to the top.
Fuck this guy, dude. I really hope
bet on bet.
What did he bet? 15. This is the highest wager in the history of sports gambling.
It'll be the highest payout in the history of sports gambling. 35 million if it cashes.
Who took his action on that? Which casino? He's got to have. I mean,
Let's find out.
also, I want to get into Tom Brady fucking giving away a Bitcoin. You got to be.
I was a little
bit.
I was a little bit under. It actually would be 39 million,
39.
almost 39 million. He bet 3.35 million back in June that the Astros would win it all. And who took the bet? He spread out his bets between 4 different sports betting companies, including a $2 million wager with Caesars that would pay out 22 million. So he split it up. It's not all in one place.
Damn,
but
dude.
Yeah, they're a little under 39 million if it all hits.
I really hope the fucking Astros. There's like 2 states in the entire nation that don't want. They like polled every state. It was like Delaware and Texas are the only 2 states that are rooting for the Astros. I don't know why the fuck. Because Mattress Mac hides all his fucking corporate money, his shell money in fucking Delaware, like the rest of the fucking cunts out there. So, but come on, Atlanta. It doesn't look good. Charlie Morton throwing with basically one shattered leg for another 3 batters, to me, is more impressive than what was the other guy that did something crazy this weekend? Like, couldn't believe he did it. Who am I thinking of? We talked about it last night at the Patreon thing. Who else had like a
baseball player?
No, it wasn't a baseball player. It was a football player.
Oh, JJ Watt playing through his injury, and now he's probably done for the year.
Oh yeah, he was in like a full body cast. It's like, give me a break. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie Morton, dude, 40 something. I think he's 40 years old. I mean, the fact that they lost him now for the rest of the season or the rest of the playoffs, the rest of the fucking series, whatever it is. I hope they have enough arms to keep throwing out there, because Houston just can hit. They're just professional fucking hitters, and they're relentless. So I'm hoping that Atlanta has enough arms to throw out there. I really, really hope they do. They got to win 2. They play the next 3 now, right? In Atlanta, they got to win 2 out of 3. They can't go down 3-2. They're never going to win 2 in Houston. And the last thing anyone needs is Mattress Mac making fucking, $17 million.
$39 million.
Yeah, but after the initial 15 bet. It's ridiculous. When did he?
No, he only. I was incorrect when I originally told you that story. So per CNN, he made the bet in June, and he only put down 3.35 million across a few different platforms. So he'd be making 36 million.
Oh, I hate that. I really hate that, because there's so many different ways that could have gone wrong. And this fucking guy keeps, he
just keeps winning.
I hate it. I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. Mattress Mac. Root against him, please. Because it's like, give me a fucking break. Fucking Houston. I'm so sick of them. I'm so fucking, even though, by the way, next weekend I'll be in Houston at Skankfest. The secret room. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night. Saturday, I'll be judging the naked roast. So they do a roast battle, but all the participants are nude.
Like underwear or 100%?
100% completely nude.
Jesus.
As are the judges. 100% completely nude. So I'll be
start doing some push-ups.
No, the die has been cast. I'm fine. I've done it. I did it once before. Last time I did it with Keith Carey and Mike Lawrence, and I was like, I'll be fine. I'm okay. I'm not really worried. I'm gonna look like a fucking Adonis between these 2. And so yeah, it was great, and I'm looking forward to it again. I've never been to Houston, so maybe I'll go to one of the Mattress Mac stores, and take a picture with him, and then I'll assassinate him. Well, I'm not going
Don't say that on the podcast.
I can't. Take that out, Emma.
Okay.
Perfect. So yeah, that was a shameless plug. Oh, by the way, I'll also be at Dr. Grin's at the end of the month of November, by the way. Dr. Grins is in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And it's the weekend before. Yeah, it's up there by the pinky. It's the weekend before Thanksgiving. Tickets are at steverenneseasy.com, so go check those out. And also this Denver up there. I announced Denver. What else is in there? Denver, Fort Wayne, Indiana, New Year's Eve. And then Salt Lake City, I'm going to be doing a show with Ari and Mark Norman and Ryan O'Neill and probably a couple other people being added to that. So that's all the tickets are on my website, steverenneseasy.com. Shameless plug time. Sorry. Got that out of the way. Were you surprised with the actual outcome of last night's game?
No, I thought Green Bay had a chance. They're a solid team. Arizona losing JJ Watt really hurt their defense. So, Green Bay didn't have their top two receivers, but we knew Randall Cobb was brought in by Rodgers for a reason. You still had Robert Tonyan for, 3/4 of that game. And then Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon, give them the ball, slow down the game, keep Murray off the field. That's what they did, and that's how they won.
And you think that are they the better team, or did they just outplay? Overall,
well, no. I don't think they're the better team, because you watched the end of that game and it was a mistake by a player who's been with the team for 7 weeks now. AJ Green, I don't know what Murray and him were doing. There was a miscommunication. He maybe thought it was a run play with 12 seconds to go and didn't even turn for the ball. So it was an easy pick at the end, but they were inside the 5-yard line for at least the tie, but going for the win. So no, I think Arizona's still the better team. But, you lose a guy who is a big part of your defense, and you lose a lot of that energy, and you lose him a few days before. You find out, 48 hours ago he was out. So it does hit the team. They're going to recover. They're going to play better. They're still going to probably win their division and go on to the playoffs. And we know Rodgers doesn't do well in the playoffs. He is great in the regular season. So if they were to meet again in the postseason, I think Arizona would take it.
It's, by the way, Tunyan's out for the rest of the season.
Yeah, his knee is messed up.
ACL. They just announced that. So another weapon that Rodgers is going to lose now.
But he'll get Adams and Lazard back, and the guy that filled in for him last night was doing the exact same stuff that Tunyan would have been doing. He's just a little bit slower. You lose a little bit of the downfield threat with Tunyan. Did Kyler Murray get exposed a little bit?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so too. A little bit. I think he was so dynamic going into the game and everything. Like people
keep in
mind
about
MVP.
But Steve,
I'm not saying he's not going to continue on, but it did.
Can I just add though? I'm sorry to cut you off, but he has been hurt the last few weeks. He's not 100%.
Yeah.
And we saw it last year when he got hurt. He didn't play well. When he was healthy, he was looking like one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. So I think he's got to rest up. He's got 10 days off now, and he'll get better and he'll be fine. I think we were seeing the tail end of him not feeling great. And when he doesn't feel great, he doesn't run.
Yeah. Yeah. He's more of a pocket, not really a threat to go on the outside.
And he's too small to just be a pocket guy.
No, he is. He does. I don't know what it was, the angles they were using last night, but you can get a real good sense of watching it last night of how real small he can be. Like, he is a fucking small person throwing over, giants. By the way, I saw this Athletic interview with Belichick that he used to make Tom Brady, one of the defensive linemen, he would give him tennis rackets to the week they were playing JJ Watt. And he would say, if you every ball you bat into the stands, I'll give you $100 from Tom Brady. So he would throw fucking tennis rackets up in the air to try to bat down balls. Crazy.
Smart.
I thought that was illegal too. I thought you're not allowed to. That's like bounty gate. Oh, that's probably just for headhunting. You can't give out monetary incentives for bad shit. But I guess tennis rackets are not. Okay, different thing. What else? So we're 1.5 points away, but you know what? We did the best we could.
We tried, Lucas. It wasn't from a lack of try. It was literally an act of God prevented you from winning money this last week.
And also because you posted about it, didn't help at all. You were like, "Hey, everyone, get on
That
board.
has
Watch us fucking do
nothing to
this
do
tonight."
with it. I was trying to get everyone to send positive energy into the universe.
Also, I
Well,
think
you mushed it, but it's fine. It's all
yeah,
right.
the Saints are a fluke too. So we can make that money up on the back end. I'm going to put a lot of money on the Bills to beat them Thanksgiving night.
That I agree with, but I disagree with the Saints are a fluke.
I think they're a fluke.
I disagree. I think that if you go back and you look at the games where they had huge offensive outings, it was the coaching staff was letting Winston throw the ball more than 5 yards, and he's getting Michael Thomas back. He's going to have another weapon that's going to open up the field. Winston can play, but they're holding him back from doing literally anything. And
Why?
I don't know. I can't tell you what goes through the head of a head coach in the NFL, because there's so many idiots that it's just like, do the obvious thing that your team is built for, and they're not doing it. But they have a good defense, and if
unbelievable week 1.
Yeah, they let him throw the ball.
Crazy. Do you guys want to get into the Chicago Blackhawks thing now? Can one of you pull up the stories?
So it's interesting. We talked about it last night on the Patreon. The Panthers head coach had to resign. He was the head coach at the time in Chicago, 7-0 with the Panthers. My little brother broke the news because he works for the organization selling tickets. If you're going to buy tickets to a Panthers game, go through Ryan.
My son's calling. You guys keep going. Go ahead.
But yeah, he had to resign. Best start in Florida's franchise's history. So they may be bringing in John Tortorella.
That'd be a good move, dude.
Steve's getting a call about a $16,000 check right now.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of it's Bill Brock's call.
Now this guy's offering him $20,000 if he brings him the $16,000 check, and he'll cover the fees. He just needs you to wire the money first, and then you'll get a check that's twice the size.
My son
tax-free.
Make sure everything was fine. Tax-free. Hey, look, they're taking taxes out. They told me taxes and fees.
Steve, can you enable screen sharing? I got the.
Yeah, I want to see what's going on. This is a fucking serious story here, Brent. Don't make fun about this.
I'm not making fun about anything.
I think this guy got.
This is serious.
This guy got. I mean, let's see what happened here. Asked owner to have name taken off the Stanley Cup. Oh my God. Chicago Blackhawks owner Ricky Weitz wrote a letter to the Hockey Hall of Fame asking for the name of former video coach Brad Aldrich to be removed from the Stanley Cup. First of all, they put the fucking video guy's name on the Stanley Cup?
If you're high up in the organization, you get your name on the cup.
Out of respect to each of the guys. I mean, it's crazy. It's a developing story. Essentially, I think what happened is I guess there was a John Doe that we now know is, I can't remember his name, Keith Beach.
John Doe
came forward that he was sexually assaulted, and I mean, I don't know what to the extent happened, but yeah, assaulted by the video coordinator, the guy that runs like the video packages and stuff like that. So I don't know how, I guess it was on the road and it was in a hotel or something like that. I don't know, but I guess he reported it and no one came forward and believed him, or the Blackhawks didn't do anything about it. They took the side of the video fucking coordinator guy, who I don't know. I mean, is he still? I don't even know if he's still in the NHL, but it has now gotten to the point where it's, the coach that was he's not even coaching the Blackhawks anymore. He's coaching the Panthers. He had to resign today. I don't know. Have you heard? Did he know about it? Was he aware of the situation?
I think there may have been some covering up, and he was aware. So he's trying to stay ahead of him just being fired.
It's crazy how far these guys will go down the cover. I mean, like, look.
Especially for a video guy. You can't get someone else to hit play.
I mean, Paterno at least covered for fucking Jerry Sandusky because he was his defensive coordinator. I need this fucking guy. This is the goddamn Nittany Lions, okay? We have to have a solid defense every single year. This is the Big Ten we play in. So I look the other way in the showers. It was a terrible situation. But this guy, unless you're the Houston Astros, whose video game coordinator is that important to this fucking team that you're going to let him manhandle one of your players? And don't even get me started. It's like, you're a hockey player, dude. Like, I mean, what happened here? Like, what did he? I mean, there had to be some sort of drugs involved. I'm not sure. I don't want to judge, but it just doesn't seem like. I mean, Brenton, I've told you plenty of times on this podcast. I've yelled at you, take your clothes off. Let me see that cock. And you don't do it. You're like, I'm not doing it. I'm not going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know if that's just subjecting myself to some sort of, crime or whatever. That's not the point. The point is, you don't have to do. But aside from that, obviously, what this guy did, the video coordinator, was was horrible. And now people are losing their fucking jobs left and right. And this is going to be a thing where you're going to find out this is not the only fucking person to have done this. Oh my God. I'm getting a phone call. It's not Canada. Another suspicious number though. You're going to find out that this is probably not the only person or the only time this has happened. This is probably, whenever these things pop up, it's always something crazy that comes down the road. But you got it. Enough's enough. You can't cover up for these fucking people anymore. I don't care if your brother-in-law is the towel boy. If that guy's doing something, you got to get rid of him. You got to cut that shit off. These professional organizations aren't putting up with it anymore. It's done. Mm-hmm. The good old days are done, dude. You can't do what you want to do anymore. You can't do it. People won't take it anymore. And there's video cameras everywhere. And everybody loves a fucking story. So that's it. It's over. I don't know who else. I mean, players? Do you think they knew?
It's tough to say. It's tough to say.
You're gonna hear guys I told the captain, whoever, Patrick Kane, it's like he told me to, get bent or whatever. Fucking,
man up. That's fourth line shit.
Yeah. What, did you suck his cock? What'd you do? They're gonna want to know. It's not over. It's definitely not over. It's gonna get way wilder, I think. But I did not expect that. Didn't see that one coming at all.
Well, it didn't happen to either of our teams, so we wish them the best.
I know. Just now, I'm like, this is gonna. When is it gonna come out that Tom Thibodeau, the Knicks coach, was finger banging people, and he's gonna get just when we're 4-1, when we are just about last night's game, we almost blew it, but we didn't. The Knicks are here. They are ready to fucking make a run in the playoffs this year, not just to the playoffs, in the fucking playoffs. Talking about a 1 through 4 seed possibly. So, they beat the Bulls last night. It was 104-90 with 3 minutes left, and they barely hung on to 104-103. They gave up 13 unanswered points, and then thank God they finally played defense the last possession, and they what's his name DeRozan threw up an air ball, but they are, when they are playing defense, they are legit. When Julius Randle doesn't try to score every time, they are a really, really good team. So I'm excited about this fucking prospect of this team.
And they're fun to watch.
They are fun to watch. And there's no better place than the Garden to watch a fucking basketball game. So it's going to be good to go back there and actually, because you get robbed. You pay $1 billion to fucking Dolan, which just sucks, but you have to. And now at least it's worth it because the team's pretty good. Are you guys doing anything for Halloween?
Watching football.
Yeah, I'm going to try to watch as much football. Cassie has us watching every Halloween show and movie known to man. And she asked if we could watch Halloween stuff on Sunday. So I'm going to just hopefully be able to sneak it on my phone while we're watching Hocus Pocus or whatever's next.
Well, let's get into the games this weekend then. Speaking of Sunday, because I'll be trick-or-treating, so I'll be in and out.
Are you dressing up, Steve?
Oh yes, we have several different costumes.
What's the family costume this year?
By the time this comes out, it won't be too late, but we are going to be the Simpsons this year. I am obviously Homer. My wife is Marge. Jackson is Bart, and Jonah is Maggie. He's gonna he's gonna be in a onesie. He's got a little pacifier. He's very excited about that. Very comfortable.
Better Maggie than a poo.
We all have these little things that we have, so there it is. Yeah, it can't be a poo. Cannot culturally appropriate anymore. That those days are over. So that's it.
Right.
We're doing that. Yeah, tonight we're doing like a zombie thing. There's another
Lucas,
thing.
do you want to do the honors? Is there a
Yeah, I
game
gotta
that
pull up my
jumps off the
games.
page for you?
I'm debating between two, and they're both pretty big spreads. So I want y'all's opinion. I really want to take the Bills. I mean, minus 14. I also kind of want to buy a half a point if that's possible. The 13 and a half.
That's possible.
I think the Bills coming off the bye week are poised to dominate. Miami's a mess in every way with the Tua trade rumors and just how they're playing. I can't see them getting it turned around.
Well, they lost to the Jags and the Falcons in back-to-back weeks on a last-second field goal. And so when you play in London, you're given the option of taking a bye week after you play in London, and they chose not to for whatever reason, and they still haven't taken a bye week. So they were jet lagged from that travel, and they've played 2 heartbreaking games against bad teams and have lost. So I'm with you. The Bills could win by 2 touchdowns. They're coming off a bye week and a loss, and they're probably pretty fired up, and they do not like this team.
Give me the Bills, baby.
Yeah, it's the same. They win 100%. Do they win by 2 touchdowns? I hope so. They certainly did last time, and nothing has really changed. The Bills have gotten better since then.
And they're at home, right?
Right.
And they're at home.
And if Buffalo wins by 2 touchdowns, exactly, it's just a wash, right? So we don't lose the bet. We're just.
Yeah, but I gave you the half a point. It's
Okay.
minus 120 to buy that half point versus minus 110.
Let's do it.
So it'll be 13 and a half. They win by 2 touchdowns. We're golden.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious if anyone will take the other game. The other game I'm looking at is Cincinnati at the Jets. Because same situation. Cincy's looking great. The Jets.
Well, I think that's one that if we don't take the points, we just throw it on the money line because the Jets are going to play their backup quarterback.
Right.
And Corey Davis might not play.
Who the hell is, it's like Mike White, right? I've never heard of him. And
well, I don't think the most diehard Jets fan could name the backup quarterback for the Jets for the last 15 years. So they gave away, I think it was a 6th or a 7th round pick for Joe Flacco. So it's not going to get any better there. Steve, what's your gut telling you?
The Chargers over the Patriots by 4.5 at home. I think that Herbert, you're not going to be able to. I think he's going to take it personally to beat Belichick. I think Belichick covets Herbert, would love to have him, and is probably afraid of him. And I think that at home, I don't mind the 4.5. I think they win by a touchdown. What do you guys think? Any feelings? I see head nodding, but not a lot of verbal stuff.
No, I don't disagree with you. The only fear is, you're betting against Belichick, but Herbert destroyed him last year when they met in New England. So I do have confidence that he can handle whatever Bill throws at him, and their team is just flat out better.
Yep.
And they're also coming off a bye week. So, yeah, I like it. I think it's a fairly safe play.
Did you just want to take the Rams on the money line just for it to add?
BetDSI does not have it available right now. The other money line.
The Giants and the Chiefs.
That is available. The Chiefs are minus 450 if you want to throw that in.
I mean,
but also that could be a trap.
Yeah. Don't bet against your team.
And it's not just that. It's like they're a shit show right now. The Chiefs. Now, is this
their defense is a shit show?
Yeah, and now, but the Giants' offense could be. Who knows what comes out? Who knows who's going to be?
Tony's going to play.
So hold on a second. Hello? You all right? Yeah, she's at the school. She's with Jonah. But she's probably still inside, dude. She's in the classroom. She's helping Jonah. Yeah. She's part of like the whole Halloween thing. Yeah. She's inside. Yeah. Yeah, she's inside. All right. Just go to Miss, Jonah's class. Latterly, I think. All right. Bye. This kid's walking around school looking for the lady that's looking for him. Please, it's too much. I can't. Anyway.
Sloppy pod.
The Giants, I feel like this could be, well, hold on.
The Giants could definitely cover.
Yeah.
Yes, that's all I care. They're not winning the game. I'm not going to be here. I'm not going to tell you they're going to win the game. But I think
they could.
Well,
look, the Chiefs have a lot of doubt in that locker room right now. They were coming in thinking we're going to be the number 1 seed. We are going back to the Super Bowl, and it is not going well. So there's a lot of doubt in there. All the pressure's on them.
Is sort of hedging on the fact that the Chiefs figure it out this week, and they have a good opponent to try to figure it out against. So therefore, and the Giants also lost Peppers for the rest of the fucking season, like their best defensive player. So it's like it's not. I mean, we're not trending in the right direction. I don't see an upset in any way, shape, or form. But for some reason, if they don't get their shit together, the Chiefs, and there's no reason to think that they're going to, then they might not cover. Mm-hmm. We might hang around. But it might end up on 10 on the number. I think if they cover, it's going to be 10 on the number. Mm-hmm. It's not going to be a field goal game where they're going to get them by 9 or anything like that shit. And they're certainly not,
But for the record, and I'm going to put this on the episode, I would not be shocked at all if the Giants go in an upset.
Look, dude.
It would be so much fun to, what is that, Monday night, to hear the Monday night crew going, how do we verbally blow Patrick Mahomes now that he's losing to the Giants?
Look, I would be very happy if that happened, but I don't see that happening, dude.
Patrick Mahomes would still be the greatest quarterback in the history of the world as they lose to the Giants by 12 points.
It's not his fault. He's just,
he's not playing.
Yeah, he's not, but he's also doesn't have the time that he normally has. He's making throws that he doesn't normally make or decisions he doesn't. I think he's forcing the issue. He's trying to fix a losing record or he's trying to win 3 games in 1 game is what he's trying to do.
I also don't think his idiot brother's helping. Like if you saw the Sean Taylor dancing on the emblem 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, the TikTok dances on the field, they got to stop. Whether you're a player, a brother.
They don't hold up well. They don't hold up well. Even what's his name? Troll JJ Watt last night on Twitter after the game. Who's like, I don't know why they just they don't believe that we can win. We're just fucking better. Like whatever JJ Watt said, he said it about the Cardinals. So, I think the Giants could hang in there and maybe stick around. I don't see them winning, but I'd be fucking thrilled if they did.
I might throw some money on them winning, just because the odds are so good.
Be a cunt to do it. Do it. Ruin it.
No, I'm talking about on the side. I'm not going to do that to Lucas, although I think you'll be angry at all of the choices that I like on these on this slate.
All right. So what are you looking at?
I like the Colts to win by a field goal over the Titans. I think we should throw the Bengals on the money line minus 550 just to add some juice. I like the Steelers going into Cleveland plus 3.5. And I also very much like the Saints to cover the plus 4.5 at home against the Buccaneers.
Don't go with the Saints. Fuck the Saints.
Fuck the Saints, dude. Don't go back to the well that just killed us. Didn't you learn Atlanta Falcons from last night?
I learned nothing.
I don't like it, dude. I don't like it.
I like all those bets except the Saints. I like the Colts.
I don't like the Saints either. Can we lose the Saints?
We can lose the Saints. But I'm taking the Colts. I'm putting the Bengals on the money line. And if we put the Steelers on the money line, it's plus 160. If we take them, they have to cover 3.5.
That half point really.
Plus 3.5. They just can't lose by.
It's that half point. Goal. If it was plus 3, I think.
Yeah.
but I could also buy 2 more points and they'd be plus 5.5, minus 150.
I do hate taking Roethlisberger against the Browns, but
I mean, the only Baker's
I don't know
playing.
why.
But he's playing hurt.
Nick Chubb just got moved up to active. I just got a fantasy notice, so just saying.
Yeah, Chubb's good to go. I'm not saying the Browns are a terrible team, but Baker's playing hurt, so they can really only run the ball. And so it's going to be a good matchup of the Steelers front seven against the Browns offensive line. But Mayfield hurt cannot play.
Mayfield healthy can barely play. So.
Yeah, Mayfield
what's
healthy
going
can
on
barely
with that?
play. And then all the receivers are banged up. Odell's hurting.
We were blowing Baker Mayfield and Jameis Winston week 1. And now it's like these guys.
I don't think I've ever complimented Baker
please.
Mayfield.
He can't play from behind. I think that's his biggest problem.
He's good at one thing. He's good at play action pass, and that's it.
Mhm.
Everything else, he sucks.
All right. So what do we land on here?
So I can remove any of these or change stuff, but we have the Bills minus 13.5. We
Okay.
have the Colts minus 2.5 at home against the Titans. We got the Bengals on the money line against the Jets minus 550. We got the Steelers plus 5.5 going to Cleveland. And we have the Chargers minus 4.5. Do we want to add the Chiefs on the money line? Do we want to add the Cowboys, Vikings, Washington, Denver? We probably won't touch. Jacksonville, Seattle's enticing. Thoughts on Jacksonville? They're playing better.
Yeah.
And Seattle's defense is not good, and we've seen their offense without Wilson is just what the fuck.
I don't love it, and I think it's going to be the fucking thing that busts us. So
okay, so I'm going to keep what we have and $50,
$560,
$710,
608.04.
Ooh, 608.04. I love that.
Lock it in.
Fuck yeah! And now with all my lottery winnings, that's going to be small change compared to what we got going on next week. Lastly, I want to get into, do you think this was an even trade? Tom Brady threw his 600th touchdown pass, and for some reason, Mike Evans threw the ball into the stands. Now, the man gave the ball back, and he received from Tom Brady 2 signed jerseys and helmet from Tom Brady, 1 signed Mike Evans jersey and game cleats, $1,000 to the Bucks team store, 2 season tickets for 2021 and 2022, and 1 Bitcoin. Do you think that's a fair trade? Brenton Lucas, what do you think?
You're saying no?
No, I think it's a fair trade if he throws in a night with Giselle.
I mean, I don't even know if that was offered, but that is definitely something that should be. I mean, I would throw the Bitcoin away for that probably. So I can't even fucking hold in my hand.
The initial report, Steve, that I saw was that touchdown ball being a historic thing would have sold in upwards of $500,000, probably around $600,000, somewhere in there, with the value only going up over time.
Well,
so
think about it. As far as Tom Brady stuff, right? What would you? I mean, assume what would you rather have? The 600. He's not going to throw 700 touchdowns.
No,
I don't think he's going to throw 700 touchdowns. So probably the 600 is probably the most valuable next to either his last one or his first one. Assuming he has his first one and there's really no reason for him to ever give it up. His last one's probably going to be more valuable than this, but one of the top 5 most valuable things you could probably get from Tom Brady. So yeah, I mean, based on the Jordans that just sold for, I don't even know how much. I think it was like
1.47, I think.
$1.47 million was the highest piece of sports memorabilia that was ever sold. Just sold last week. based on that, it's like this is over $1 million. I think that ball is over $1 million.
Yeah.
In my estimation. So
Well, here's the other side of it. The guy that Evans gave it to, he gave it back. He wasn't negotiating.
dude,
Like
he was
a fan. They explained it to him, and he gave it back without even asking for anything.
Let me tell you why.
That being said, the Bucks are cheap fucks. Give the man season tickets for the rest of his life. What are you doing?
Depending on how old he is. I look at him. I want to get support.
He looked like he was in his like late 30s, maybe.
Yeah, that's too. I mean, does he smoke?
So what? It doesn't matter. $1,000 in season tickets just through next year. Like, go
Yeah,
fuck yourself.
I'll start smoking. I'll start smoking if it gets me season tickets.
Does he have depression at all? Is he like on the border of erratic behavior?
Well, he lives in Tampa, so I imagine the
That's
depression
everybody
is
there.
hereditary.
Look, I'm saying, like, I love that move of pay what you want, because now the ball's in your court. It's like, if you got to look at it from the public opinion of like, oh, this guy got the ball and he wanted $1 million, or he wanted a night with Giselle. It's like, oh, how rude. Like, instead, just like, no, I don't even, whatever you want to give me. If you want to give me something, don't even, feel free. Now it's like, it's on this guy to be the most impressive. It's on Tom Brady to impress the general public with what his appreciation would be. And so, a Bitcoin, I'd cash that fucking thing out right now and get what you.
Hey man, if you listen to the Bulls on Bitcoin, that Bitcoin's going to be worth more than that football. Just give it about 20 to 30 years.
The real thing is like the $1,000 gift certificate to the team store. It's like, oh, you're giving us $1,000 that you're going to give
super
back?
Generous.
Yeah, I'm like that's the one I'd like. Don't print that one. Everything else is like a lot of like don't even like. Can we just take this one out?
Yeah.
I don't want my uncle knowing he can get a fucking free jersey. I was like, just take that one out. I don't even want that one. Yeah. All right. Well, you guys have any dates you want to plug? I'm sorry, I didn't give you a chance before. Are you on the road at all? Are you doing stuff?
I'm going to be at the House of Comedy with Steve Simone. I'm just doing the Saturday and Sunday shows, November 6th and 7th. So amazing. Not this weekend, but next weekend.
Good. Speaking of good people, good. Go out and check out Steve and our boy Brendan at the House of Comedy in Arizona. Lucas, you got any dates you're working on?
I got nothing. I'm in town for the rest of the year. I'll be at the Comedy Store on Saturday.
Hell yeah.
I did find this little nugget just to end on. It's Halloween related. The Nightmare on Elm Street house just went on the market. It's a block from Brenton's old apartment for $3.25 million. It's the same house that Bo Burnham did the Insight special at.
Yeah. I could tell you stories about it. He would walk out all the time when I was walking Rogue, and I'd see him a lot. And for the longest time, because I never saw the film, I would be walking her and people would just be stopping and getting out and taking photos of the house. And I thought it was the weirdest fucking thing. But
I'll be honest.
Yeah, then I Googled it.
I've never seen Nightmare on Elm Street. That's the one.
Neither have I.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm not kidding you.
It's like Johnny Depp's first film.
Was it really? I've never seen
it.
I never liked those kind of like yeah.
You don't have a favorite Halloween film?
Probably the one behind you. Nightmare on that's probably I like that one. Is Edward Scissorhands a Halloween movie? I don't know. I mean, I'm not really a big scary movie person. Scream, is that Halloween?
That's Halloween adjacent.
Halloween.
Ghostbusters, that's my favorite Halloween song. Is that
there you go.
Monster Mash. The Monster Mash is my favorite one. That's my favorite one. Yeah, I mean, but other than that, it's like candy, whatever. I have the candy at my house. I don't know, Are you gonna accept trick-or-treaters even if it interrupts your football time? Will you go to the door and give it to
I've been in this place for 2 years and no one's knocked once. So I don't think we're even gonna buy candy. We won't buy candy, and this will be the year they all show up.
Yeah, you gotta have candy just in case they do, dude. Nobody wants to show up at a fucking house and have them get pennies or something like that. Salt packets, you piece of shit.
I'll give them Doge coins.
Doge coins. Shove them up your ass for fucking Doge coins. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the podcast for this week. It's been a pleasure hanging out with you. Thank you very much for listening. Please tell someone else. If you'd like to join our Patreon, do so, because we're going to do more. We're gonna do more the watch-alongs of the football games. We're gonna do some.
We might do basketball too. Why not?
Yeah, we do some basketball games. And also the Teeb and my golf match should be coming along pretty soon. So look forward to that. And also I want to do in 2 weeks a Thanksgiving eating contest. I'll have a couple of my friends here. Let's do the donut holes. Dunkin' Donut holes. 50. First one done wins. It's a sprint, not a marathon.
Someone's going to get sick.
That'll be in a couple weeks. All right. Thank you very much, guys, and we'll talk to you next week.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.